If you want to stay up to date with all current hip hop events and releases, make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications to become part of this community. So, my man Polo G just went #1 with his latest single, RAPSTAR, which you've probably heard because it's just everywhere and it's a really big song for him. Something I would not have expected, but I'll get into that later. And this is actually something very special for him because this is his first #1 hit in his career, which when I read that, I was kind of surprised, but when you look at his chart history, the closest he got to a #1 was number 10, and that was as a feature on Juice WRLD's Hate the Other Side, which I never thought that, hit number 10 because that just seemed like a throwaway track to me off of Legends Never Die. Don't get me wrong, it's not a bad song, but there were, way more songs in there that were bigger than that. But anyway, that kind of surprised me, but that's when he went number 10. That's the closest he got to, a #1. And as a lead artist, for his own song, you probably guessed it, Pop Out featuring Lil TJ was his biggest song as a lead artist, but that just topped at number 11, which I was also surprised because that song, when I think of Polo G, that's like the biggest song that I think of because that was huge, back when it dropped. It also put Polo and TJ on the map with that one. Getting back to RAPSTAR now, though, I want to say some stuff about this because this #1 really surprised me. And I don't mean that in the sense that, it surprised me that he went #1, but it surprises me that people are still listening to tracks like this from him. Now, Polo G is someone that, and I've said this in the past, I think has a very hard time also switching up his style. We always get that melodic trap from him that we're so used to. Of course, he has a couple of really good drill songs, but mostly what we know him for is basically this whole RAPSTAR song. You could take any song and replace it with RAPSTAR, people, would like it. It would be recognizable as a Polo G song. And so for just a random song like this, don't get me wrong, it's not random. I know he previewed this more than a year ago, I think, as an acoustic version on YouTube. But still, just a basic Polo G song like this to go that far on the charts is something that, I would have not believed. I thought it would just be another single that people would listen to, but that it would go this big, I would have never imagined. And also looking at the streams on Spotify, of course, it's on #1 of the Spotify charts, but that doesn't really mean a lot. And going back to, for example, Pop Out, I remember that was also #1 for such a long time, and it only peaked at number 10. So I thought this peaking at #1 on the Spotify, United States top 50 charts is no sign of this doing that well, but it's actually, the numbers are just going through the roof on this one. Now, of course, I think Polo deserves this. I love Polo as an artist. I think he's someone that can, portray a lot of emotion, a lot of personality, and authenticity through this style that a lot of people have now adopted. I think he's one of the people that perfected this sound. But still, the song just doesn't feel like a #1 song to me. It just feels like something that he made in the studio and decided to throw out there. Now, even the cover art, I know a lot of you guys on my live stream, or at least one person was saying, oh, Polo G has some of the worst cover art in the game. And I disagreed on live, but when you go look at his latest singles and the cover arts that he's had so far, they're all very similar in that they're very dark. They have a very monotone, black and white theme to them. It's kind of him in the foreground and then something going on in the background that's very hard to distinguish. So this doesn't look like a #1 single cover. And now, of course, a cover is not necessarily, the thing that makes the song go #1. But still, it's all about the marketing, how you present this, because otherwise this song would not have gone #1 without all the marketing and promotion surrounding it. And I actually didn't see that much promotion for this, other than the hype that was, leading up to this from that acoustic version that we had. I thought there was not a lot of promotion done for this. I think that this was just a single that he dropped, and I didn't know he had the plans to go #1 and this big with it. So considering all this, it just seemed like another song, but I think it's very interesting to see this go #1 because it just seems kind of arbitrary to me, and I still don't fully understand and see through the algorithm and the logic as to why this song went number one. Of course, it also had a video supporting it, which was pretty good. But yeah, it just doesn't feel right. But it is one of his, best performing songs, and the guy deserves the attention he's getting. I love that he finally got a number one. I always thought Pop Out was number one, or for example, I don't know, some other song off of, for example, The Goat for his Flex or whatever, that one of those went number one, but apparently he didn't. So I'm glad that he finally got that kind of milestone nailed down. Now, this song is, of course, one of the first singles from his upcoming album that's supposed to be titled Hall of Fame, or I think he even confirmed that it is called Hall of Fame. This is something I'm very excited for because, as I said in the introduction to this video, Polo is someone who I think has a very hard time switching up his style. He has kind of those two sides of melodic trap and then drill. I enjoy that melodic trap sound way more. I really don't like his drill sound. I know a lot of people do, and I know it's not bad, but drill is not something that I would listen to casually, and then also I don't like Polo's, interpretation of it. I think Die a Legend was great. It was a great first tape for someone, and The Goat was just kind of more or less the same, but in a more professional way. And so I hope that when we do get this new album, Hall of Fame, it is something, that is actually a little bit different, a little bit more than just, I say this a lot in my videos, but I actually mean it, like more than just him making the generic songs that he makes and then throw them together as like a playlist on an album. Because Polo G has a lot of potential, and I think he can really influence a certain sound in hip-hop. And judging from this new track, he's not doing that right now, but I hope that we'll get a lot of other stuff on there that maybe he's experimenting with a little more. So even though I don't dislike RAPSTAR, I have it in my liked songs. I'm listening to it, just also because of the fact that I'm so fascinated with it that it went number one. A song like this, anyway, I don't know. I don't get it, but let me know if you know any more about the promotion or marketing behind this as to why it might have gone number one. But yeah, so I'm excited for his new album. That's kind of what I got to say about RAPSTAR. I don't dislike it, but it just seems like a generic, basic Polo G song, and I do not understand how that went number one. But yeah, let me know in the comments what you think about Polo G's RAPSTAR single. And what you're hoping for on his new album, Hall of Fame, and why you think this song, out of all the songs that dropped, went number one. And if you know, if you really know, let me know, because I'm surprised. I'm hella surprised. You can probably tell by how many times I said that I, don't understand how this went number one. Anyway, let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. If you watched this video to the end and liked it, and you want to stay up to date with all current hip-hop events and releases, make sure to subscribe, turn on notifications, hit that like button, and go follow my social media and blog down in the description. It really helps me out. Until the next one, y'all have an incredible day, and y'all take care.